Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive online training program under the umbrella theme of ICT for Teaching and Learning of Social Sciences. This online training program or session is brought to you by Central Institute of Educational Technology, that is CIET NCERT New Delhi. Today we are in day 4 of the training session and the topic that we are going to discuss today is Bhuvan, an exploratory tool for social sciences. And you're watching this live session of ours on PM eVidya channel 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube channel NCERT Official. You can also participate in the session with your questions, suggestions and queries. Remember, it's a 5-day, 5-hour online training program and tomorrow will be the last day of this training session. We will come up with an assessment for you. If you wish to participate in the same, of course, we will tell you once again how you can do that, where you have to go, which link you need to follow. If you score more than 70%, you'll be granted a certificate after the assessment that you can download from the Diksha portal. So I've already explained these things to you on the first day of the training session. Tomorrow, once again, I will explain all these things to you. But for the moment, it's very important for you to take down our details. Yes, all the details through which you can get in touch with us. First of all, take down our phone number, which is 8800440559. We also have a dedicated email ID for you, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. And we are streaming live on our YouTube handle NCERT Official. So you can always go to the comment section, put in your questions, suggestions there. Of course, you can share your feedback as well and get in touch with us instantly. Now, who is there with us today to tell us more about this app? In fact, to introduce the app and how we can use it for teaching and learning of social sciences, how it is making a great difference when it comes to understanding, of course, social sciences and which, actually part of social science to be precise. So let me introduce her to all of you. We are joined by Miss Neitu Singh Malik. Ma'am, namaskar and a very warm welcome to the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Harpreet.
And let me tell everybody that ma'am is PGT, Geography and Geospatial Technology. Of course, she is right now working in Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. And ma'am, before I ask you a lot of questions and we delve deep into the conversation, I request you to kindly share us a brief overview. Just share with us a brief overview of what exactly we are going to focus in today's session.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for this session, Harpreet. And today we are going to study about Bhuvan. As in this week we are learning about different ICT methods to study social science. This is a very innovative, a very interactive, engaging and accessible method to learn a social science subject. So this make us subject, teachers can develop a different type of customized lesson plans for themselves. So innovative instructional strategies they can prepare to cater diverse learning needs. And it makes a subject more comprehensible and more stimulating for students.
Right.
So
this is what we are expecting in the session today, I'm sure. And I also want to know something from you. You use certain words like very informative and interesting and interactive. Now, we all know that these days using apps for the teaching and learning of various subjects has kind of become mandatory because, of course, it is accessible, affordable, cost effective, and I think above all it helps to understand the concepts in a much nicer way, which is not generally possible when it comes to traditional teaching learning methods. Now, we are going to talk about this app Bhuvan. My first question is, what is School Bhuvan and is it different from Bhuvan app?
It's a part of Bhuvan.
Okay.
So Bhuvan, if you know, do you know the literal meaning of Bhuvan?
No.
Literal meaning of Bhuvan is earth.
Okay.
So as we watch our earth from a satellite in remote sensing, so the literal meaning is apt for this Bhuvan word, and it is an interactive platform developed by ISRO NRSC. NRSC is National Remote Sensing Center, and they have developed this to enhance geospatial learning in schools. So Bhuvan is the bigger platform, and School Bhuvan is a part of Bhuvan.
Okay.
So today we are mainly focused on Bhuvan, but I'll explain you a little bit about the main platform also, that how we can use it in different subjects.
Sure. So now let's just go into the details of what exactly Bhuvan is all about.
Yes, so it is a GIS based learning environment for students and educators, and it allowed them to explore maps, satellite imagery and spatial data related to India. So first of all, we'll see that why actually how is this begin and why is it important, because we are living in technology era, we are
Yes.
living in space age,
Yeah.
satellite age.
Yes.
So here I would introduce you with some basic parts which are important to us or all of us to know that why Bhuvan is important to use. So since 1990, the importance of maps and other graphic representation, since the advent of technology, the computers, this has become more important to geography and all social science subjects. So mainly because of the GIS and all the spatial technologies. Now GIS is the geographic information system, because whenever we talk about Bhuvan, GIS is an integral part of social sciences and geography.
Ma'am, before you move ahead, I also want to understand the remote sensing satellite. What do we mean by remote sensing?
Remote sensing is a technology or a process where we are capturing information with some distance.
Okay.
So that distance can be very close to us or it can be very far.
Are they specially used for spying purposes?
Yes.
Okay, it is one of the uses of remote sensing satellites?
Yes.
Okay.
So the remote sensing satellites are used for various purposes.
reasons, yeah.
But now we are using it in education, and yes, and Bhuvan is one of the most important example here, a very important platform. And why is it most important for us? Because it is the only government platform which is working pan India, and it provides us the systematic geographic database.
Okay.
So everybody can use it. So when computers and silicon chips became more capable and less expensive, at that time the GIS, GPS and remote sensing, they become accessible and became an integral part of STEM and the social sciences. So an indication of the growing importance of map is a rising interest among geographers, psychologists and cognitive scientists in spatial thinking. So whenever we talk about Bhuvan or the remote sensing or GIS, spatial thinking or spatial intelligence has a very important role to play. So whenever we do map reading, map interpretation, not only for geography but all other subjects which are included in social sciences, they can also become a part of this GIS and the spatial learning and the spatial intelligence. So spatial thinking is the knowledge or the skill, the habit of mind to use spatial concepts. When we talk about space, what features are located, available in the vicinity or maybe far, where we are located, where are we going, navigation, everything, and where data interpretation or anything related to the arrangement, spatial arrangement of objects. So that is related to spatial thinking.
Right.
So here geospatial technologies and their products are available to students and faculty in all disciplines. So all the disciplines can use it. So yesterday also we discussed about, in your session we learned about Google Maps.
That's right.
So Google is available in all the countries mostly. But here we are not only dependent on Google. Bhuvan is providing us a wider opportunity.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that the ways in which we can use it and how all the subjects can easily integrate this in their day-to-day teaching. So we can use maps, images and different spatial technologies intelligently and critically, so that we can cater the different type of learning needs.
All right.
So we frequently use GPS system. So GPS, like if we are using GPS system to locate ourselves or navigate ourselves, so what happens that we are not actively involved in that. But when we are using spatial intelligence, when we are using map, then actually we are finding our location with the help of maybe our mobile phone or maybe a GPS receiver, or if we are navigating. So if we are finding our way, and in between we are locating all the waypoints from where we have to move from point 1 to point next point or maybe our destination, then we can actually develop our spatial intelligence and moreover the awareness about the spatial arrangement of the objects.
Okay.
So, go to the next slide. Yes. So, all the maps, static and animated maps. So, when we were small kids, we used to use maps only in atlas, only in hard copy maps. And most of the students, even in today's time, they are not very much interested in those static maps. So that's why now maps have become more dynamic.
Even I used to find them really boring, where you need to learn where to pinpoint a location, literally.
Yes, so that's why I'm using this term GIS. So GIS maps are very interactive and dynamic maps. They are not like the hard copy maps. So like during the election time, if you remember that during election times, such maps are visible on the screen where according to whenever the result comes. So, according to the allotment of seats and the result declare, that map, the display color of map changes.
Yeah, like the screen gets activated in that particular area.
Yes,
that's very catchy also.
Yes, so that's why these maps are called dynamic maps. And in Bhuvan we can develop interactive maps.
Okay.
So, whatever information we want to capture, so we can attach the data with that map, or we can even integrate different type of data. We can upload our own data set, or we can download the data from Bhuvan. So that's why this type of map has become a very important integral part of social science, not only in geography but also in other subjects. Like we'll study about that in today's session, like how we study and use Bhuvan. We can study different type of maps in digital storytelling, in political science, in history, in economics we can use it. So now these technologies are integral part of social studies, all the subjects. So maps are not just for geography anymore.
Now that's an interesting stuff to know, because I never knew that. I always think that it is restricted to geography only, but you said it has a wider horizon.
Yes, earlier it was only considered as a part of geography. That you have to learn this map. This is the map list.
The political map of India, physical map of
and
India.
The map items you have to locate and label and remember. No, now it is related to the spatial intelligence. Your awareness about your surrounding. So now these are the facts related to map, that teaching about maps, providing map literacy, the basic skills that we need to understand. So the most important thing about map is that when you become map literate, you are going to any country, you can read that map, even if you don't know the language of that country, because the conventional symbols, the colors which are used are same everywhere.
And so, I think with Google Maps it has become easier. You can locate the signs, metro.
Yes, even without knowing, everybody is using it.
Yes, true.
So like the cab drivers, they don't know much about geography, about the spatial intelligence, but still they are using it.
Special icons are there for the landmarks.
Yes.
You know, knowingly or unknowingly, we are already using them.
But teaching with maps means using maps to help students learn key social science concepts and the relationships. We study the relationships, how one object is related to the other, how one concept is related to the other concept. And it enables students to learn through maps, to think spatially and in different type of reasoning and problem solving context. Like if a particular type of crop is growing at a particular place, then what are the geographical and economic reasons behind it? So that we can easily understand and we can depict. So now specifically we will discuss about Bhuvan. So it is a national geo portal, as I told you earlier. It is hosted and developed by ISRO NRSC, and it comprises geospatial data services and tools for analysis. So it has many versatile features, like we can see different type of satellite imagery and maps. We can analyze these maps, we can analyze the satellite data, we can download the data, we can download different type of reports, and these are multi-sensor. So different satellites we are using for it, multi-platform and multi-temporal. It means different time, maybe the time interval of 2 days, 3 days, or maybe a week or month. So that is multi-temporal in nature.
Okay.
So we can visualize all these satellite images in 2D or 3D. So different type of thematic maps are also available, and we can also develop our own thematic maps with the data available.
Right.
So it is a portal. So this
School
was
Bhuvan.
yes, it is a portal which was developed in 2009, and it was developed with very simple satellite images, very low level of resolution. It was only 5-meter resolution at that time.
Customized for the school students.
Yes, School Bhuvan is customized for school students. Bhuvan in general is a very wide app.
Yeah.
So it provides map based learning. So at that time it had only basic GIS functions, but now it has grown both horizontally and vertically. So horizontally we can see different different areas, different wider applications, and different departments are also included in this. In the Bhuvan portal we can find out about this.
Okay.
So here we can study about our natural resources, our environment, and we can create our own study, our own research topic, our own individual research project based on Bhuvan.
Okay.
So when we study in Bhuvan, there are 3 levels. Level 1 is only, which is the simplest one, we can only create point, line and polygon and simple attributes. Level 2 is to create point, line, polygon, and we can codify them. So we can easily geotag them. And level 3 where we can create point, line, polygon. So this is basically shapefile creation or vectorization, and we can codify them with subcategories. So detailing is more here. Now how can we register ourselves, or we can open the website? So first of all, this is the web address from where we can start Bhuvan, and this is the, you can see that Bhuvan NCERT.
It is very much clear that of course this screenshot that this is the basic page, first page you will land onto while you will click the link. Now ma'am, we have understood about Bhuvan now, you have made us understand about Bhuvan, the big app, and of course School Bhuvan, the customized version of the same for catering to school students of course. Now when it comes to teaching and learning of social sciences, how do you think that this app has transformed the teaching learning methods, traditional teaching learning methods? Because I remember as a kid we used to have these 2D images, very boring black and white maps, or at the most atlas, we used to buy atlas and then just learn from the location there and paste it on or point it out on the map, small sheet maps. Now how do you think that today's school students who have an interest in geography or probably want to make their career in the same or want to take it up as a subject in their higher studies, how do you think that this particular app is making all the difference?
Yes, Harpreet, as I told you, we are living in technological time. We are living in digital era.
Yes.
So everything is changed. Now the teaching should be very interactive. Yes. Learners should be engaged.
Yes.
Otherwise, they will easily get bored.
I used to get bored.
Yes. So now simple atlas can't work.
True.
So otherwise, like we used to do during our school days, we used to use atlas and finding all the places. Now they are engaged in so many activities, they get easily bored.
True.
And they are very good learners with the technology, with all the digital tools. So that's why Bhuvan is very apt for today's time. So it also supports STEM education, the data analysis, and it develop their critical thinking.
Yes.
So first see that this is the home page. So I'll answer your question step by step.
Okay, sure.
Right. So when we'll go to the School Bhuvan, this is the home page which will open, and here you can see the logo and all the labels are mentioned. Then Bhuvan 3D, GIS viewer and help. So first of all we will go to about, but we need to log in first.
Okay. So we need to sign up also?
Yes. So we need to create our account.
Okay.
Like there are many features which we can use without even signing up, but there are few features which only work with your account. So that's why first of all we need to create our account.
And it's a free and open
Yes,
resource. Okay.
yes. This is the best part of Bhuvan.
Yeah.
So I kept it for the later part, that what is the interesting aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is free to everyone, and it provide a very wide variety of geographical database.
And does it work in the offline mode as well?
No, we
Okay.
need basic internet connectivity.
Okay, okay. Alright, so what next?
Yeah, so this is the login window, and here we need to go to the new user if you are trying to sign up for this, and then this is the sign up window where you need to fill all your details, and once you submit you will get the email.
And
And
anybody
then
can
the
sign up?
password. Yes,
Not just
anyone.
teachers and students, anybody who's interested in the subject and want to know
yes,
more. Okay.
Yes, and even if you are signing or login in the school Bhuvan, you can use the entire Bhuvan platform.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
You don't need to have to make another profile. You can easily sign up here, and then you can use any
Switch
whatever
to Bhuvan.
whatever
Okay.
data you want to explore. You are free to use.
Okay.
So again, we this is the home page. Now here we begin. So this is the first one. Now you can see that we started with the level 1. Now here you can see that different thematic windows are open.
Yeah.
So first one is India Physical Geography, India Social and Economic Geography, and India and Beyond.
It's quite
So
interesting.
as you asked me that that how it is different from the traditional method,
Yes.
how it is interdisciplinary. So this is about not only about the geography, like India and Beyond. I'll show you that what is given there. So in that particular topic you can find that we are showing beyond geography as well.
Okay. And also I think it has some really important features in it. So what would you say are the highlights of this app School Bhuvan?
Yes, it is easy to it is easy to use. It
Yeah.
is free for everyone.
I think it's very
And
user
it's
friendly.
and it's very reliable because it is indigenous,
Okay, yeah.
and all the whatever data is available, that is authentic data.
Yes.
So
that
this
is
is
the most important part
yes.
basically.
So here you can see that different topics are given: climate, drainage,
And these are satellite images.
Yes, you can see the backdrop. We can use different backdrop like satellite, map, hybrid, terrain, and tool section is also given. So now here you can see the satellite image. Now if you want to superimpose or overlay the state boundaries, so go to admin boundary and then click on the state boundary, and all the state boundaries are imposed on the satellite image. So you can easily find out that which state is located.
Yes.
So by default in the setting, satellite image will open, but we can change that setting.
Okay.
If I want to see the map, like here you can see that now my map option is available. So I am working on the map part. So satellite ko maine hataya, then map 1. I will go to the map 1.
Okay.
Okay. Then next one is, here you can zoom the map. You can go you can see the plus and minus sign, right? So according to the requirement, whatever area I want to see, I want to view in detail. So like if we want to see my own district, my own city, then I'll zoom it and go to that level, and that level is available.
Okay.
Then next, if I want to measure the area, now here you can see that district in Rajasthan, this is Dungarpur district. So we measure this area. So here you can see in the right side different tools are given, and in different tools the measure area tool is given. So after clicking to that tool, I can easily measure the entire area of this district. So whether it is a district or a state or a water body, whatever I want to measure, I can easily measure with this tool. Now we will see different physical features.
Okay.
Here you can see the relief.
Yeah.
So on the relief features, different state boundaries, all the state boundaries are also marked. So here it is visible that you can see in the legend that according to the color, what type of relief or what type of terrain is available. So you can see the difference between Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, Jammu Kashmir and the Arunachal.
And what does this red signifies?
Red means height, altitude.
Okay, all right. So, of course, it's not just about the area that particular state or region covers, but also
Yes.
the kind of terrain and, of course, the soil, whatever you wish to see, you can see, whether it's a desert or a lush green area, or if there are a lot of water bodies, I'm sure even that is,
Yes, all the physical features.
all the physical features are available.
Now, next theme is climate.
Okay.
So, one by one I am showing that which all themes are given, which are thematic maps are available in Bhuvan. So, here I am using monsoon, the climate, in the climate section I am using advancing monsoon. So, you can see the blue lines, these are isodate lines.
Isodate lines?
Yes.
What do we mean by that?
It means that on the same date when monsoon arrive at a particular area.
Okay.
So, these are iso lines like isotherms or isobars. So, these are isodate lines. So, from these lines we can get the idea that in which particular date, what is the arrival time, or at what date a monsoon will arrive at that particular place.
Like every day when we watch in the news channels, these weather forecast.
Yes.
So, are we making use of this technology somewhere?
Yes, of course.
And also, how do we get to know about the cyclones and everything? That is also possible.
That is also integrated in Bhuvan. I'll
Right.
show you.
Sure. Yeah. And even earthquakes and tsunamis.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
So, all the ministries are associated with this. They have their account on that. You can access the data.
Okay.
So, when we'll go to the main Bhuvan portal, I'll show you that.
Sure, sure.
So, after advancing monsoon, you can see the retreating monsoon.
Oh.
So, I hope you are aware about this concept of
Yes.
retreating monsoon.
Yes.
So, when monsoon retreat and go back. So, here you can see that I have imposed the retreating monsoon on the advancing monsoon.
True.
So, we will get the idea that what will be the duration of rainy days or the monsoon at a particular area.
Right.
And there is one more very interesting feature, which is activate swipe.
Okay.
So, when we use cursor on that activate swipe and move the cursor on the map, then it will gradually show that how the things are changing. It can remove or see. You can see the line in between. So, half of the map is showing only advancing monsoon and half of the map is showing both advancing and the retreating monsoon. So, because we get the visual idea about that, how is it changing. Now, this is the annual rainfall map.
Okay.
So, it is very visible, clearly indicating the areas where rainfall is heavy and where rainfall is very less.
And the statistics are also there, that how much rainfall has been
Yes,
received
you
by a
can see in
particular area or
legend.
region.
You
Right.
can see in legend.
Yeah.
And then you can easily correlate with, like if we are using it in economic geography or maybe in economics. So, we can easily correlate that where we are going rice or where we are growing wheat.
Right.
So, we are aware that rice cannot be grown in the low rainfall areas.
Of course, yes.
Right. So, with the help of this rainfall pattern, we can get the idea about crops.
Kharif and Rabi crops or different type of crops.
Yes. Now, this is the next one. Yes. Now, hydrological boundaries.
Now
So,
what-
you can
hydrological boundaries means what?
water bodies.
Okay, okay.
So, here we are showing different basins, the river basins, sub basins of rivers, different tributaries or the smaller rivers and the watershed. Now, most of the students, they are not aware about what is watershed.
Yes.
So, watershed is very important because it is the smallest unit of environment management, and we are focusing mostly on the watershed because whatever sustainable development plan we need to form, it is based on watershed only.
Okay.
So that's why here we can see all the boundaries of watershed, and then all the three basic natural resources like soil, water, vegetation. So how are we using it?
Okay.
And how can we change the entire process of the depletion of all these resources, then how we can move it towards the more sustainable aspect. So then we can use these boundaries. So here basin, sub-basin and watersheds are available. Then the next one where we are, yes, again it is related to water bodies.
Because you said you can actually make out which area is about to receive good rainfall or the lesser one, and that's how you can also predict famines and droughts.
Yes.
And the future situations also.
We here in this platform we can study the entire physical aspect altogether.
Okay.
Like we are aware about the relief, we are aware about the terrain, we are aware about the slope, we are aware about the basin boundaries, the watersheds and the rivers, right, the amount of rainfall. So in sum total, wherever, like if I am working on any crop project, maybe I am working on any navigation project, maybe I am working, I am creating working on a particular highway or a particular disaster. So this entire information can be easily integrated.
You know, the word that you mentioned just now, disaster. I still remember I was watching this documentary about one of the tragic disasters that happened in India, in one of the regions in Uttarakhand, Kedarnath.
Yes, 2013 I think.
Yeah, and you know, there of course I also watched that they also have some kind of system through which they literally were about to tell that yes, it is going to be little difficult in this area. They had some early warning signs basically.
Yes, IMD daily release the weather bulletin. So if you are aware about that weather bulletin, you will come to know, and now it is available on our phone.
Yeah, India's meteorological department is the key agency for the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you have weather app in your phone, you can easily use that feature. You are aware about that, you know, what will be the temperature today, how much
as a layman also, if I'm planning my trips to somewhere.
Yes, it is very important.
Yeah, very important, and of course very easy also.
So that's why spatial intelligence is very important. Even if you are studying geography, it's more relatable. Otherwise, as a layman, wherever you are going, if you are going on a holiday, or maybe on or official trip, you should be aware about the area where you are going.
Yes.
What is the distance? What are the climatic conditions? What type of the entire scenario in that particular area?
Oh,
like,
yes, of course.
Like even if our relatives are staying at a particular place, if we are aware about that area, what that scenario is going on, if election is going on, or maybe a huge gathering is going on, so accordingly we can plan.
Yes, yes.
So that spatial awareness is very important.
Very important, yes.
So yes, now the next slide is related to the entire natural vegetation, wildlife and all the biosphere reserves, forest type. So here I have used all these layers all together, forest types and the wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserve. So we are aware, like if we talk about Nanda Devi, so I know that where is it located, because the forest type is also there.
Okay.
Again, Gulf of Mannar. So any type of biosphere reserve, if I am looking, then I can easily correlate with the type of vegetation and the climate this biosphere reserve has. Then the next one is thematic mapping. Now the next one is related to the map which we can prepare. Here I am using this state of Gujarat and all the district boundaries I will use to show a thematic map which I have prepared.
Okay.
Now I will show you different districts with the total population in those districts. So here I am preparing a choroplath map. Choroplath map, where we show the population.
Okay.
And we can use administrative boundaries to compare the population, the total population of that particular states, like here I am using Gujarat. So, I have used different shades. So, like start color is red and then end color I chose green, and then I have prepared this map.
Okay.
So, in the glimpse I get the idea.
Wow.
So, this is the population I have used, the total population of different districts. So, I get the idea that what type of population, how much population is there.
And only by looking at it you can get the vague idea of the size of population.
Even the layman can understand.
Yes, yes.
So, the entire table we cannot explain, but this map can easily explain that what are we going to show.
It is a very comprehensive visual representation, I must say.
Yes, and like in geography I am using total population. Even in economics I can easily use, like if I want to show the total production, maybe industry wise, if I want to depict, or maybe in pol science I want to show the number of voters, right? Or maybe I can even prepare my own map. Like I have the data with me, like I want to know the internet consumption, or maybe the number of households who have family more than 4 members. So, whatever type of it, any tailor-made map can be prepared with the help of this.
Yes.
So, we have covered one type of thematic maps. Now, the other thematic layer is social and economic geography.
Okay.
So, here we are covering first the agriculture of India. So, I have chosen rice and wheat growing areas. So, first of all, rice growing areas, the major and minor areas I have shown. Similarly, I can show other crops as well.
Okay.
Now, the next one is conventional energy resources. Here we can easily mark, we can easily find out all the fields, all the mines. Same I have used for the HVJ natural gas pipeline.
Okay.
So, all the important oil pipelines or the gas pipeline, major coal reserves, oil fields, iron, all these are given here. So, like if I want to teach my students that they need to find out best place where a steel industrial plant should be located.
Oh yes, and similarly I think we can also locate the reserves that are under the seabed.
Yes.
So and that is how we can locate if there is any refinery out there.
Yes, so they should be aware about the geographical areas that where there is a high possibility of availability of all such resources.
Yes.
Like in India, we know that the Godavari Krishna basin, right? So, there is very high possibility of availability of natural gas.
Yes.
So, they can easily correlate. They can use one map of industrial region and the other map of all the minerals, and they can easily find out that what is the possibility. So, they cannot tell me that we can establish a steel plant in Rajasthan or Gujarat just like
because
that.
there are no reserves, then how will you?
Yes, yes.
And of course, if you know about Bokaro, you know that why there is a steel plant.
Why India's biggest plant is located in Jamshedpur.
Yeah.
So, now they have the solid reasons, they have the proper understanding of the entire geographical setting of that area.
And this is also easier for students then to remember the concept. I still remember what we used to do. We used to just cram the things, in a general knowledge period. Okay, this state has this resource or this steel plant is located here. But there was no correlation. We couldn't make out that if you're studying or learning geography, and if we are learning that this particular area is rich in black soil, that is why cotton is produced more in that region. So there was no correlation.
Yes, this conceptual clarity is very, very important.
Yes.
Otherwise you cannot correlate.
Yeah.
And that's why maps, and nowadays all these GIS maps are important.
Now, ma'am, because we have some 10 to 12 more minutes in this session now, and you also mentioned this word interdisciplinary. So, I also want to know more about this interdisciplinary approach or this concept when it comes to teaching and learning of social sciences, because you said that maps are not restricted to geography only. So, please elaborate more on the same.
Yes, as I gave you different examples related to agriculture, about the climate, about industry, let's move to the next one. Yes. This is one of the example of interdisciplinary approach.
Okay.
I told you that it can easily integrate the subject.
Yes.
Now here you can see in this theme of India and beyond. Now look at this map.
Okay.
Here we are depicting all the important areas of Indus Saraswati civilization. So all these are archaeological sites where we have found the remains. So here we are integrating history with the geography.
That's right.
Right? And when we will zoom it, because it's a screenshot, I cannot zoom it here, but when zoom it, you will find the physical setting of that area, the entire physiography of that region, and you can see that many centers are not located in present India. So you can see the extent of Indian civilization at that time.
And also now it's a known fact that every civilization was actually situated on the bank of some or the other water body.
So it promotes the inquiry based learning and the project based learning. So we can create our own project.
Yes.
So like here one more project is that I am doing the proximity analysis. If we want to know the surrounding area, this is also known as buffer. So if I want to know the surrounding areas, we can use different tools. Like one is the proximity tool, where I want to know the service area of health and wellness center. Like I have chosen the buffer of 10 kilometers. So you can see in this map that it is showing the impact area. Like whenever any disaster happen, we want to know that the area, how much area can be affected, and it is a concern of every person. Right.
And
so,
even in our daily life, when we want to know about a particular area, location or a facility, we write hospitals near me.
Yes.
Bus stops near me on Google.
Yes.
And I think that is nothing but buffer
so
only.
that we don't go to, very far area.
Yes.
So this is the entire process of choosing the proximity tool.
Okay.
And now if we want to correlate, like here we can see the population and the terrain or the relief of the country. So we can easily correlate. Like it is very important to know that why Jaisalmer is so less populated and why Delhi and NCR is so highly populated.
And similarly, why is it as a desert?
Yes.
That can also be made out.
Yes. So it is a geography of that area, or why Ladakh is so less populated.
Oh yes, of course.
And why Uttar Pradesh is so densely populated. So it is mainly related to the geographical, historical and economic regions. So all these reasons are responsible.
So that is how all subjects are integrated with discipline.
Yes,
and, you can use this.
Social science is highly interdisciplinary.
Oh yes, of course. You learn civics in it or political science.
You cannot teach and learn any subject in isolation.
Yes.
So you have to integrate all these subjects.
And these days, I think the most common aspect of any subject is ICT.
Yes.
Because we are using it in every stream. In fact, National Education Policy 2020 is also encouraging the use of ICT. Whatever we are experiencing right now is the one classic example of ICT that has revolutionized the educational system, entire educational system, I must say. Right. So what else? What's special? What's more special here?
Yes. Now I want to show you that I have created a route from Kanyakumari to Kashmir.
Oh, lovely!
And it can show the entire distance and all the ways, all the cities, all the turning points. Everything is calculated.
Wow.
So this is given in the map. So this is a very interactive tool, very interesting to find out that what highways I can choose, which cities I want to cover.
And of course the railway tracks, it is also reminding you of railway lines.
Yes. So here again I have prepared a map of population. This is the entire India.
Yeah.
Now I want to show you that when we are talking about the interdisciplinary aspect of Bhuvan, we can develop digital stories.
Okay.
So I'll show you here one of the very interesting stories, that is Dandi March, and we can map our own city. It's a very, very interesting project.
It's a very important event in the history of India's freedom struggle.
Yes. And we can create any digital story like Dandi March, or we can create, map our own area. So like here, it's a teacher training module.
Okay.
So this is the again a very important point of Bhuvan, a very important aspect that teacher training modules are given, that how can we use it, right? So we can create any map of any city, digitize any city with the help of Bhuvan,
Okay.
like all the point feature, line feature, polygons. We can measure the overall area covered by that, mark all the important features, geotag it, and then we can create the map.
Okay.
Now this is the digital storytelling part. So we all are aware about Dandi March.
Yes.
So here we are showing it in multi-temporal and multi-spatial aspect, that from where that march started and what was the end point and what was the entire route. So the entire route was marked one by one, point by point, and all the cities which are available and at what particular date it was covered. So here you can see that the Sabarmati ashram from where it started, and we have marked that city and digitized it, filled all the details, and here you can see that the entire track was marked. You can see the hard copy, the copy of that way, that track, and how do we digitize it. Yes, now you can see that this Explore Bhuvan part lead us to the main portal of Bhuvan.
Okay.
Till now we have studied only about school Bhuvan, but now this is the main Bhuvan portal. So it can lead us to the main portal. Now different type of modes are available here. Standard, where we can navigate, we can find out all the natural resources which I have already studied. Then different thematic layers, different type of data hub. So many departments data is available, government ministries, and then the disaster part. Yes, so different satellites are providing us data. So here we are using land use and land cover of the entire country. You can see the legend is not visible right now, and year of 23-24, and all the states are showing that what type of land use cover is available.
Okay.
Yes, you were asking about different departments. You were asking about disaster.
Yes.
So here you can see that all these fields we can easily explore and find out.
Yeah. And that is quite interesting. Also now, ma'am, we are left with just like few more minutes, and I want to ask you a very pertinent question. That why do you think it is important? Because now we have understood now we have understood the importance of School Bhuvan and how Bhuvan portal is something that we all must be using it, and we have to be, I think it's a great way to make people aware that such thing exists, and you can plan out not just your trips, but you can also gather information, you can correlate the information, and then you can remember it as well. Now, but as far as students are concerned, why do you think that it is important for students to learn about GIS and remote sensing through School Bhuvan? Because what is, like, of course it is making learning geography very easy. I'm sure it is also, the concepts are really understandable, very user friendly, but what's more it is adding when it comes to the growth of the students?
First of all, it is available to everyone, free to everyone, online at no cost. We only require the basic internet connectivity, and it's a very powerful tool to analyze the spatial data, to map the country, to find out different type of resources and understand our earth, especially because it focuses on India. So that's why it is important. And now spatial intelligence, spatial awareness is very much important for everyone.
Yes, yes.
So that's why Bhuvan is important, and we can use it in different subjects, not only in geography or just in a few social science subjects, because it is developing our analytical skills. It is developing, and Bhuvan is very customized. It is aligned to our NCERT, even all the state board schools.
Yeah.
So that's why we can easily work on it. We can teachers or educators can easily create their customized lesson plans based on Bhuvan.
It's a one-stop shop for all, basically.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because even the organizations are making use of the same different organizations which you just now mentioned, the schools,
Yes.
universities, be for school education, higher education, or even a layman can use this application.
Yes.
Right. And I think now, ma'am, you're almost, at the end, verge of closing the session. Is there any important tip or message that you would like to give to our students so that we can just close it?
Yes. My message is that all the school students must register themselves in Bhuvan.
Okay.
They start using it. And once they will start using it, they will understand that there are so many things to explore. I cannot cover everything in 1 hour session.
Yes.
It is not possible. But all the teachers who are using it still, and ISRO is still developing it.
Yeah.
So teachers found it very useful. So not only for the physical geography aspect or the social economic geography aspect, but according to our own requirement, our own lesson plan, wherever we need to cater the diverse needs, learner needs, we can use it.
Right. And you're right, because technology is ever evolving. It is so
Yes.
dynamic in nature. So yes,
Yes.
it is getting updated, I think, every day or every moment. And now I must thank you for your wonderful contribution to the session, because I never knew before today's session that such an application exists, and it is so useful and comes so handy when it comes to knowing about different things and making certain important decisions about your travel plans. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and contribution to the session. It was
Thank you
indeed
so much,
pleasure.
Harpreet, for the
And
session.
that was our session for today, where we talked about Bhuvan, an exploratory tool for social sciences. Bhuvan, that literally means Earth. And tomorrow, on day 5 of the training session, we will be talking about Google Earth. Yes, we all have heard about this and we have used it quite often, but how is it important when it comes to teaching and learning of social sciences? That is something we are all looking forward to. With this, it's a wrap. This is me, Harpreet Kaur, closing this online training program of ours. Today we were in day 4, and let's now take a quick look at the schedule, what's all coming ahead. In a short while from now, you can watch our session Sahyog, titled Coping with Anxiety and Stress. This is the title of today's edition, and you can watch all these programs that have already been uploaded on our YouTube handle, NCERT Official. So this is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you. Namaskar.